Morning, Stampers. Hello, I am Meg from LovenStamps. Welcome to the LovenStamps studio. I have a project to share with you today on our, I do not know where the time has gone, but on our last LovenStamps Maker Mornings with Meg for the month of November. And we are featuring the Winterly Treetops stamp set, which is going to be the tutorial feature for the month, has been for the month of November. So I have lots of really great projects to share, and I'll review the ones we shared. I'll share a new one. I'm also going to share today some ideas for using this fantastic die here. This is the sort of the frame window, the Greenery frame that comes with the Winterly Treetops die bundle. And so I have some ways we're going to use it as a whole today. And I'm also going to show you a way to basically turn this into a whole bunch of greenery that you cut at one time, which is a really great perk. All right, what else am I going to show you? Oh, I have to remind you, today is the last day for the 12 days of crafting. So if you haven't gotten your Advent 12 days of Christmas or 12 days of crafting Advent calendar yet, this is the last chance. There's a little QR code and it's linked in the video description, as well as the comment, the highlighted comment. So don't miss out on your chance to jump in on that. So I'll show you a sneak peek of that if you want to see what it looks like. Not the stuff that you're getting, because that's a surprise, but the fun that comes in the box. So, all right. Hey everyone. Hey Joan. And so, hey Inika. And so good to see everybody this morning. So, all right, with that, I think we should switch our camera down and get started. Oh, I will say really briefly, because several of you guys asked how our weekend went, where I got to go and play with the Augustana College Alumni Band, celebrating 150 years of this amazing symphonic band, and it was a super treat. I loved every minute, seeing all these friends I haven't seen for a long time. I don't know if we need to say how many years, like 25 or 30 years. It was such a treat, so... but back to crafting now. So we should get started here. All right. So I have some pieces here for our card, and I'm going to kind of do something a little bit different for this one. One of the trends that I've seen lately in card making is this idea of a card within a card. Hi, Nikki. And so this is a really fun card to do this for, because you have this really awesome window die. So we have our basic white cardstock here. This is the thick basic white cardstock because it gives you just a little bit better feel for a card weight, a card base weight. And we're going to fold this in half. And this is going to layer here on our chocolate, our early espresso. We used to have a color called chocolate chip, early espresso background, and layer like this. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop a piece of our Nests of Winter Designer Series paper on top. I love this paper. It has so many pretty elements in it, and you can use it either as a background layer, or you can pull elements from it to use as your focal point, and kind of like we did on our bookmark card. So this is cut exactly the same size as our card front here. And all of the details and cutting sizes and photo directions and so forth are in the LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials that you get when you place an online order with me during the month of November. So that comes as a PDF. But let me see, let me measure this really fast and I'll give it to you here too. It is 5 by 7. So the white layer is 5 by 7. And then that makes the chocolate, or the espresso, chocolate on the mind, 4 by 5.5. So a little different than a normal, little bit different than a normal size. See, Joan says she still uses her chocolate chip ink. I know, things last for a long time, right? Okay, so this is going to layer here, but what we're going to do for our card in a card is we're going to mount this white card inside our crumb cake card like this, and then this is going to layer on here. So this crumb cake layer is 5.25 by 7.5 scored in half. Okay, and this is where our fun frame comes in. So what I want to do is take our layer here, and we're going to pop this die on like so, and we're going to run this through our die cut machine. Now, I do have a couple of tips for you on this, and usually I say, okay, we're going to switch our camera and I'll bring my die cut over, or bring you to my die cut, but I'm actually going to clear the deck here just a little bit and grab my die cut machine, because there are some real trick and tips to making this cut exactly as you want it to. So this is my die cut machine. Here we go, Stampin' Cut and Emboss, super fabulous stuff. When you use these dies, of course, you're gonna wanna use your small plate. So I have plate number 1, which is the big one, plate number 2, which is the little one, 1x3 cutting plates. And then we're gonna put our die and so forth in. Now, here are some good things to know about your platform here and how it cuts. The way this works is there is a set of rollers in here, and the rollers basically, they're inside here. The rollers basically take the paper and so forth and they pinch them. So as it rolls through, you have these rollers and it pinches as it goes across. And so if you roll through this all at one time on this whole length exactly straight, then what it's doing is it's taking the pressure of those 2 rollers and it's spreading it out across the die here. So when you have a square or a rectangle or a straight line die like this, you get better cutting if you angle it just a little bit, okay? So now you can see that as those rollers go across, you're hitting here first, and then you're hitting, as you go across on the diagonal, you're kind of spreading, you're not trying to take the limited pressure and divide it across the whole row at one time. You're dividing it on just like a little bit as it hits and goes across. Is this making sense? I don't know. I'm like a visual person, so hopefully it makes sense. But I want to show you what that looks like with this die, because you can't, a lot of times I'll just put stuff like way here on an angle, but obviously you can't because the die doesn't fit on the platform that way. And you would also be crunching your cardstock off. You'd be crimping your card. So we're going to do it just a little bit at an angle so that our whole die fits safely on our platform and our cardstock fits safely on our platform. So this gets trapped here between our 2 dies, and we're going to run this back and forth a couple times. So, okay, I see lots of good comments. Enika says, oh, Enika's cutting out all the birds and branches with crampy fingers. I know. I did all of the prep yesterday with help from my fabulous Sandy and Linda. I did all the prep yesterday for our card kits for LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials. And so I rough cut a whole bunch of birds because they go there with the with the card kits for my online orderers. So, okay, so you can see now I cut it this way. I'm going to turn it and cut it this way. So I'm hitting here first in just a little bit different place as I run through. And Sue said the die pressure is making sense now. Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, okay. I kind of failed here. I have a little bit too much angle because I got a little bit of my edge of my cardstock crimped. You guys see that? I squished out, but that's okay. So pay attention. Don't talk or pay attention to what you're doing and less pay attention to talking. I don't know. Hey, Alice. Okay. I know we're kind of shaking here on our camera. So, Tanya's baking cookies for Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure this is cut now that we've run it through about 50 bazillion times. But honestly, I don't know about you guys. I'd rather run it through a few extra times than like stress about trying to get all the pieces when they haven't actually been cut well. And so clearly you can see that this just pops right out of there. So a super easy cut. And then I'm going to take this out and set this aside. Okay, so now we have our window. Yay, what kind of cookies, Tanya? In our house, especially growing up, we always had Thanksgiving cookies, Christmas cookie traditions, but we didn't have a lot of Thanksgiving cookie traditions. So I would love to hear people's Thanksgiving cookie traditions. All right, so now we have this really awesome window here that's going to fit across our birds. I haven't folded it yet because I wanted to point out to you a trick for folding this. Now, this edge right here is really narrow and fragile. So you can fold it down this way and just kind of try your best. But I really find that it's safer to lay this flat so that this whole edge is supported, and then bring this up here along this score line so that I have just a really good support for that front layer and I get a really clean fold. Sometimes if you just try to do it freehand, you can get a little crimp at the corner and then your card doesn't quite stay open right. So protect that narrow edge. So now we also have an extra little frame. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Around the edge here. where there's a little bit of an impression from the shape of the die. And I love that as an extra like shadow edge for our piece. So, all right, so now let's take this and layer inside here. I'm gonna use my multi-purpose liquid glue again because any layer that's going to see a lot of action, wear and tear, I always want to use strong adhesive. So if somebody wants to keep opening the card because they're like, oh my gosh, it's card in a card, it's so cool. I want to make sure that they'll have some good longevity. And I love that multi-purpose liquid glue lets me just shift things a tiny bit if I get them a little bit off the first time. Okay. So now we have our card in a card. You guys see how this is working? So our birds for this one are both the focal point and the background image. So they're kind of the backgroundy here, and then you open and you have this really pretty piece here. Inika says no Thanksgiving in the Netherlands. I know. And actually my Canadian friends, they celebrate their Thanksgiving in October. And so their calendar is divided up a little bit differently. So here in the States, we have like a Thanksgiving season that runs through the fourth Thursday, I guess, is always Thanksgiving in November. And then after that, like Christmas is like all upon us. So it makes things feel a little bit different because we don't really you have to get through Thanksgiving before Christmas can ramp up in a big way. So I don't know, I guess you don't have to. Okay, and I just realized I forgot to, layer something because I'm talking so much. Let's see, can I still get this apart? Remember when you're peeling layers, you want to pull sideways. There we go, twist, always twist. Don't peel back because if you peel back, you damage the cardstock fibers and then you can't, it'll show that you've peeled something apart. All right, and the reason we're doing that is because we want to add our, add our closure, and I'm enjoying chatting so much that I forgot to do this. So, all right, I think it'll be okay. We'll have to re-glue here. Now we are going to re-glue. So don't tell anyone. If someone gets this card from me, don't tell anyone that we had to take it apart. Okay, so I've got my glue on here, and now I am popping my thread behind. I'll talk about that in 1 second. First things first here. And now our card there. Okay, whew. All right, so this is the in color jute twine, and it comes in the in colors that we'll retire this spring. So this is Petaled Path, which is a great sort of neutral brownish grayish, and then of course boho and moody mauve and wild wheat and so forth. Copper clay, so great colors, and we're gonna go ahead and tie this around. So because our frame is so fragile, I want it to have a really great chance at closing. And so now I'm going to go ahead and we're gonna tie this here. So it's gonna close with a bow. All right, but let's get back to the inside of our card. I'm being distracted by Tanya's cookies that I asked her about. No sugar cookie, decorated, Reese's Chewy Chocolate Peanut Butter Chips, Chocolate Chip Puppy Chow. Lots of peanut butter and chocolate there, Tanya. I'm in. Those are my faves too. All right, so we need a greeting here for our card, and I'm going to put the greeting inside our frame, so it's going to be part of the second layer of opening. And for that, this month we have been using the In the Spotlight dies because I love these circles and the amount of detail on them. We've talked about them a few times. So I have one here cut from crumb cake cardstock, and this is going to layer here inside. So let's give our greeting, and I've got our sending thanks and much love message here, and we're going to pop this on our card. Okay, with our early espresso ink. There we go. And then to add to this, I want to add a little extra embellishment. And one of the things that's available to us as part of this die set, this die set has the die here that cuts out our greenery sprig here, which actually I don't know if we've used for Maker Mornings with Meg, but really pretty. And then it has our bird dies, which cut out birds from the paper or from the stamps. Some greenery sprigs here. Oh, I have to remember to show you my other trick for those. And then it has these dies here that cut out the pussy willow, or you can use to make your own. So this is sort of like the build your own Pussy Willow die. And so I've cut this here from the two cardstocks. It's Basic White and Early Espresso. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these together with a little bit of glue, and they make the little like holder things that are at the bottom of the Pussy Willow sprigs, and then layer like this. So it's a really pretty die. I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on the back. I don't know where do Pussy Willows grow? They definitely grow in the sort of Midwest and Eastern Midwest. We had them when I was growing up in Ohio, and we actually have some in our yard here in Illinois. Are they a European plant too? Leanne says she loves my enthusiasm. Yes, my slightly distracted. I forget what I'm doing because I'm chatting. Okay, so we have our little elements here, and you can see how they layer together to make a really pretty sprig. And this is going to go here with our die. So let's pop a dimensional here on the back and figure out where we want to put this. And I'm going to pop it up a little higher so that I don't cover up this bird or this bird. And the placement on this is going to vary, of course, depending on where you have your birds on your paper and where you cut it out. So I'll show you another example of this one that has it in a different spot. And then I'm going to pop our Pussy Willow right down here, so we don't cover up our greetings, but we do have our different elements. Let's see. It shifted when I was talking. Okay, and I'm going to figure out what part is going to contact our paper and make sure that I put adhesive only on that part. That little tiny bit of adhesive should be enough. And then pop this on here. All right, and when you're using multi-purpose liquid glue, of course, you want to hold it for a second to get this settled where it needs to be, because it takes a second to grab. And Leanne said her sister living in NSW still celebrates Thanksgiving with your American friends and the 4th of July. Yeah, I mean, an extra holiday. Why not, right? I'm in for extra holidays. Okay, so there we have our sending thanks and much love. And then we need to stamp inside our card, which I realize I neglected to do earlier. I'm just going to add an extra one of our little Pussy Willow friends there inside, okay? So then we're going to close this way and close our second layer of our card within a card. You can see where that name comes from now. And then to finish it off, I'm going to go ahead and tie an extra bow. And I've shifted our thread over so that our bow is going to be on this side so that it's part of our focal point. I talk a lot about focal points. I find when I make a card and I look at it and I think, it's just not quite right, there's something missing. I want my first like problem-solving solution is to decide if I have a clear enough focal point. Because sometimes when there's little stuff scattered all over a card, it's distracting to the eye, and so then it is hard to focus in on the actual like part, right? The actual focus, the main show. All right, now one other thing. See, these are cute and roundy here because they come on roundy rolls, but this one is coming up in a way that I am not fond of. So I'm going to show you a trick to fix that. I'm just going to take my fingernail and my thumb. I'm going to pinch that thread in there and pull along my fingernail and see how it straightens that out a little bit. So now, let's see, we'll do one more time. There we go. Now see how it stays down where I want it to. There we go. So it's a much prettier finish, okay? All right, so that is, not done because we still have to add our metallic gems. And these guys, I cut up a whole bunch to put in kits to mail. So if you're someone who placed an order in my online shop during the month of November, then know that those kits are getting ready to be on their way to you very shortly. So, all right, so I'm going to pop a couple of these on here too, just to give ourselves a little bit of extra interest there. So, and bling, right? It doesn't do to send a card without bling. So that is sending thanks and so much love. Oh, yeah, Sue's relieved. Whew, gosh, Sue. You know, when you're not here to represent the bling voice. And then we have our card here, which opens. And then there's a very clear focal point here with our pretty birds. And then our card on the inside with lots of lots of space to write special messages. I have another example of this one to share with you. It's just got a little bit different formation. So we had a bird friend right here. So I put our sending thanks and our pussy willow and stuff down here at the bottom. So you can see the other birds there through the background. All right, now I promised you another way to use this. And here is a card that I did for, I really think that this, I can't remember what I made this card for. I think, I don't remember what I made it for. It might have been for the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club? Maybe for the Maker Club. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm showing it to you now. And these sprigs right here are the same frame that we used for our window card here. So these guys were cut with this frame. I ran through some, what color was this? It was probably Granny Apple Green. No, Lemon Lime Twist. Lemon Lime Twist. This is Granny Apple Green. This is Lemon Lime Twist. And I ran it through one time, cut all those pieces, and then just trimmed them to be the sprigs that pop out around the edges there. So this is the Christmas Friends stamp set. All right, and then I also promised you a sneak peek look at the 12 Days of Advent, 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. Oh, and before I do that, though, let me show you the other cards. So if you haven't seen the rest of these videos, these are the other cards. This is the first one I shared using Nests of Winter and the fun pop-up inside and then that fun circle technique for the front. So these are the ones that are in the tutorial. This is one of the card kits with the center fold, center Z fold card here. So it works like that and kind of stands up. And then the bookmark card that I shared with you last week, actually. So this is a bookmark, and you just pop it on the corner of your book like this, and it sits on the front of the card to be part of the card when you send it. You can pop a gift card in here, of course. And then these are the fussy cutting birds that Inika and I were talking about. So all these pretty birds from these papers can be cut and popped onto different things. So this makes a really fun gift. This is a gift. This is a gift, all the gift things here for this card. So there's our set of 4 cards for those. All right, you guys want to see the preview now? All right, so 12 Days of Crafting is an advent calendar that is a gift box that I'm sending out this year. So today's the last day to register if you haven't yet. And so I wanted to kind of give you guys the sneak peek. So it comes in a box. It's a pretty good size box because it takes a lot of space to put 12 days worth of goodies in. And let's go ahead and open this up. And then it has a fun sticker inside and some pretty paper. And then all of the things for the advent calendar. So there's a string in here if you want to. You can take all of these little packages and lay them out on your string and hang it someplace like on your tree or on the mantle or on the wall, wherever you want. Or you could just leave them in here. You could set them up in this little cute box or however, if you're going to open them a little at a time. Or you can open them all at once. But each one of these days has a little stamping gift in it. And you can also see a little video tutorial, just a short video for each day that gives you an idea to use kind of whatever is in this package. So lots of, so 12 little mini video tutorials for ideas. So there's a number 1. Let's see, number 2. I don't know if I can lay these out. I'm going to get them all reversed here. Number 3. And you better believe that I have made a lot of tags to go with these. So I loved putting these together. Some sort of past Stampin' Up adventures and so forth. Number 5. I hope I'm on the right number. Number 5 here. Number 6. Cute card. A cute little bling. Number 7. Thinking of you. Oh, this one's kind of heavy. It's pretty dimensional. Day 7 is going to be fun. Day 8. Oh, this one too. So I don't know about you guys, like when you pass your Christmas presents out, do you like kind of squish them and try and decide what's inside? This one's pretty dimensional. Don't guess, because I don't want people to guess in the video comments. But I don't know. You could say, I guess, if you shake things or not to try and determine what's in them. Day 9. Oh, this one's a little bit narrower. day 10, but all of the things are stuff that will be very useful to a paper crafter. You'll be very excited about all these things. Plus, you're going to get more ideas. Oh, this is a big one. Like, you saved the big ones for the end, right? This was a double package here for day 11. And then, day 12. Small things come in good packages. Small things come in good packages. Good things come in small packages. My mom's not very tall, and that's her favorite thing to say when people remark on how tall she is. So, all right, so I'm going to pop these back in here. But if you haven't requested your kit, any stamper can request a kit. The link is in the video description and in the comments if you're watching. I have to remember how I put these in here to get them all to fit. So much goodness in one box. But today's the last day, so don't miss out. If you were thinking like, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. It's a really fun set of goodies here. So 1, 2, 4, 3, 2. I might have to, I think it all fits. And then wrapped up, we got to put our string back in here. And there are a couple special treats that I'm not showing you. One is a cool embellishment bonus, and then there's a special sort of end of the 12 days treat too that I'm also not showing you. So kind of fun. So if you missed the chance to sign up for this, I know it says November 21st on here, but I extended it to the 26th because I had a couple of people who were like, wait, I missed it. Can I still do that? So don't miss your chance to sign up for that if you are so inclined, right? So anyway, so all these boxes, it's been feeling like Santa's workshop around here as we've been making tags and stuffing packages and getting things ready to go. So I'm excited for everybody to have their advent calendars. All right, everyone, we'll have a really wonderful week. We're not going to meet on this Thursday because that's U.S. Thanksgiving. And so we'll be making turkey and watching parades, the Macy's parade and all the things that happen on Thanksgiving Day. But I'll be back next Tuesday for another episode of Maker Mornings with Meg. It'll be our first December episode. And I'm quite excited about our feature for the month of December. Some really, really gorgeous colors in there. So I'm not going to tell you more now. It's going to be a feature that, I guess I am going to tell you more. Here it comes. It's going to be a feature that is great for the month of December, but also extends well beyond December. So I'll just kind of leave it at that, but it'll be a good one. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, Joe and Nikki. And yes, Tanya, I saw your sign up. I'm excited for you to have your advent calendar too. So everybody have a wonderful holiday week, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, your friends, and people who are close to you. So it's been really amazing to stamp with you, and as always, I wish you happy stamping. So take care, guys.